it feels extremely nostalgic. I was just spending some time at the corridors, looking at, 12 years back when I was in college, how I felt. It's taken a lot to be on the other side. I was sitting there watching people speak on stage, and I'm getting goosebumps while I say this. I'm speaking as a speaker on stage to the Gen Zs. Right? The transition has been extremely wonderful. It feels extremely nostalgic. And where do I begin? I was from a middle class family, all right, typical normal middle class family, just completing my 10th, and I completed my 12th grade, or PUC is what you call it, just out of college, wondering what to do in life, right? I don't know what my passion was. I don't know what I was doing in life, but I saw everybody doing one thing. Everybody is doing one thing. I'm born and raised in Bangalore, which means I'm an engineer, right? I'm an engineer. So I was a single child, extremely protected by my parents, all right? They never let me do what I wanted to do. They was always behind me telling that, you have to be safe. That's all you need to do in life, all right? Do something that makes you happy, but, it does not necessarily have to be engineering. Well, I saw, I just followed the lot. I had a lot of people in the family extremely successful, with all due respect, and I said, this is what I want to do. I joined an engineering college, all right? And after my first semester, I still didn't have any clue what I was doing, right? Second semester is when the happening things in college, right? You have this college fest, and I got an opportunity to be on stage. I've been on stages for past 14, 15 years, and that's the moment that changed my entire life. So I was on stage holding a mic, 2,500 people standing in front of me. And when I said something, audience started roaring, they started celebrating, and I had goosebumps. When was the last time you had a proper goosebumps while you were doing something? That's what everybody needs to think about. That's what I thought. I was holding a mic talking in front of thousands of people. And when my audience started responding back, I had goosebumps, and I came backstage and said, what am I doing? This is what I need to be concentrating. Right? I didn't have the luxury I had two things that I could do. One is continue engineering, the other one is discontinue engineering. I didn't have the luxury to go ahead and, step back from college and say, I don't want to do this. I said, I want to keep my family happy, I want to keep my society happy, I want to keep my friends happy, so let me continue doing what I wanted to do. But the biggest advantage that I had, that moment I figured out what my passion was. Right? I said, I want to be an artist, I want to spread smiles, I want to deliver experiences. This is what I will be doing for the rest of my life. And I was very, very clear on that day. So I finished my engineering, and during my entire course, first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, I used the opportunity, I found an opportunity every single time, every single fest, every single opportunity in colleges to host the fest, to go represent the college in different college fest, and all of this was happening, and I started building my network. Right? So once my thing got over, final semester, one of the most crucial milestones for y'all, campus placement, right? I walked out of my college with an offer in hand as a software engineer, and I came back home and I said, Ma, Dad, this is the offer. They're very happy. And that happiness didn't last for more than 20 seconds. I told them I'm not joining this company. I told them I'm not joining this company. You want me to do engineering, I have a job in hand, but I'm not joining this company. They said, why? They were disappointed. I told them, it's not about doing 10 different things, it's about doing that one thing differently. I said, while the entire world is working from 9 to 6 in the morning, I will work from 9 to 6 in the night. You want me to earn a living for a decent lifestyle? I will do that. I will earn my living, but I want to be focused on what I want to do in life. While I worked in the night shift, but again, coming back to basics, right? You have to do things differently. I didn't go and join any random job in any corporate, right? I didn't want to do software. I don't want to be a software engineer, but I was good at talking. I was good at presenting. I was good at training people, right? On this entire course, I've trained over 1 million people on YouTube through my videos. So I joined as a trainer. I used to train on soft skills, personality development, and interview skills, and sales, and all of this was happening. So that was my regular corporate job. And through the day, I come back home, I sleep for 4 to 5 hours a day, and the remaining 6 to 7 hours, I used to spend trying to research the event companies and how I can make myself as a successful artist. So, now we've got, WhatsApp, Instagram, not too old though, right? But the power of networking is too strong. The game of networking is too strong now. Back then, I used to sit on my terrace, Google on Just Dial, right? The top event companies in Bangalore. I used to get their numbers and then call them and say, hey, listen, I'm an artist, budding artist, can you give me work? And that process continued, While, I was also focused on my corporate career. So I slowly started observing, right? Very, very interesting, right? Slowly started observing. My passion and my profession started moving closer. Right? I was doing a trainer job and, I was doing an MC job. I wanted to, this is what made me happy, and it started slowly coming together. So I figured out delivering experiences, right? What is fun for you might not be fun for me. What is fun for us might not be fun for everybody. So I started exploring the field of delivering experiences, right? I've always done offbeat jobs in my life. I've worked in a team called Fun Office. Anybody here has heard a term called Fun Office in a top corporate? I've done that job, wake up every day, go and deliver experience to 1 lakh odd employees across 14 different cities. That was my job. I used to go to office, sit and curate campaigns. Now we talk about, all the top brands coming up with campaigns and videos and stuff. That extremely excited me. And this is what I was doing in a corporate job. But otherwise, through my MC career, I call this a power of positivity, right? And if you really love something that you do, it will take you to different extremes, all right? Cutting the long story short, I've done over 1,800 shows across, 12 different countries till now. But overall, what gives me that, I used a small strategy, which I'm going to talk about in the next 2-3 minutes, that everybody here can follow. But, doing shows, working in a corporate company, slowly everything started coming together. And currently, I head the employee experience bit for a top media company in India. All right, that's my current portfolio. And my current role is also completely offbeat. Employee experience as a job. Has anybody heard, other than from past 1 or 2 years, have anybody heard there is a role called employee experience? My job is to ensure that through the life cycle of an employee, from the time employee joins until the employee exits, what needs to be done? How can he be happy? How can we retain that employee? How can we attract talents? So these are the strategies that I'm currently building. But on my MC career, I currently, I'm probably one of the top 8-10 artists in India who's the most preferred anchors. But what is that the right date? What is that you all can do? What is that everybody, misses to do that will make you lead your paths to success? I have one question to ask. How many people here know what your passion is? Can you put your hand up? Know what your passion is? All right. Can anybody scream out loud what your passion is? You've already failed. You already failed. Mark my word when I say this. When you're passionate about something, if somebody would have asked me that question, I would have come running on stage and I said, this is what I want to be doing. All right, day in and day out. All right, I remember my passion every day, every second, every moment. So people say this, when I talk to people, I ask the college students, what's your passion? They say, cricket. Arun, cricket is what I want to play. Right? And when I ask them, what are you doing about it? All right, every Sunday I wake up, I go play cricket. That's hobby. That's hobby. What is the difference between, we always tend to misinterpret a passion and a hobby, right? A hobby is something that you do when you have free time. A passion is nothing but you free your time to do it, right? How many of you will agree with me? Do we do that? For people who are passionate, do we do that? I see hands going down. That's what we need to start targeting. All right, coming back to basics. I used a simple strategy called A.B.C.D. Right? Back to basics. All right, we started learning with A.B.C.D. I'm making basics that work for me, A.B.C.D. A is nothing but having the right attitude. All right, having the right mindset, having the right goal. All right, if you have a passion, all right, you better have that kind of attitude to go ahead and, achieve it. So while I was working through the night, all right, building my network through the day, people came and told me, hey, you don't sleep or what? What happens to your health, your lifestyle? What happens to, time with the family? I've sacrificed a lot of personal time to go ahead and achieve what I wanted to do. I've attended, funerals in the morning. Evening, I've gone and hosted shows. All right. So the art of balancing comes with the right and positive attitude. If you have a passion, you have the right kind of attitude. I'll just give you an example. right? And the second, which is the most important thing to me as an individual, which has worked the best for me, is B. Can anybody guess what B stands for? B is nothing but believe in yourself, but the version of B for me is be open. Alright, when I say be open for criticism, be open for feedback, be volatile. Alright, be volatile, and most importantly, I'll give you a very small instance that happened to me. Alright, one of the shows, I was on stage, alright, I had to spell out, okay, if I can take the name, Venkat Nipani is the name of a well-known, he's part of a CX group, okay. I misspelled his name as Nipat Venkani on stage. I'm not kidding. I still remember after 12 years, right? And you know, the entire audience started laughing. And this gentleman comes to me, puts my hand on my shoulder and says, "Hey Arun, this is the blunder that you've done." And one of the worst things that you can do is misspell somebody's name or mispronounce somebody's name. All right? It was extremely embarrassing. I was sweating. All right? But that moment I realized preparing for any show is one of the most important things. Alright, from then till now, even before coming on stage, I sit down, I write notes, and I ensure that, you know, I do all my checks. Be open for criticism. When somebody is criticizing you, take it as a positive feedback, right? So C, can anybody tell me what C? Constant learning. You have passion, you have great passion for what you want to do, but you've also figured out, you know, this is the right attitude, this is the right mindset, you're open for feedback. Then what? There are 100 other Aruns, alright? What different things are you doing? So as an artist, when I first went on stage, I said, I'm good at talking, I'm good at handling my crowd, I'm good at making people smile, I'm good at delivering experiences, but what? What's the big deal? Right? What new are you doing? Right? What new are you doing? Right? If not, you're out of the game. Right? I started picking up new skills. I picked up, you know, if I see something differently, I would love to learn that skill. I started learning dance, right, so that I can interact with my crowd through my dance, right, because that's fun for somebody. I picked up a new skill called beatboxing. You know, I've gone and represented my corporate. I'm the #1 corporate musician in India currently, right? So I did that, right? And again, what did I started learning? I started watching a lot of comedy series, day in and day out, in the cab, in the flight, everywhere, wherever I found time, I consume content, because content gives you so much of leverage. If I'm having a conversation with somebody, it makes my job a lot more easier. I'm able to connect with that person. All right? And most importantly, last element that I want to talk about, very, very close to everybody's heart. Right? D stands for dream. D stands for dream. All right? A lot of people say, I had a dream. My dream was to be the most successful MC, and I'm still not there. I'm getting there. I'm on my path towards my success. A lot of people say, you know what, I had a dream. The definition of dream is, I've totally defined it for myself. Dream is not something that you get when you're sleeping. Dream should never let you sleep. All right, that's called passion. With that note, I'm ending today's talk by saying that if you follow your A.B.C.D, the right attitude, be open for, you know, any criticism, and continuous learning, and dream. With that note, I want to say the greater good for me is I followed my passion. All right, and I'm hoping this helps you all follow your passion as well. My name is Arun, signing off, and thank you so much, TEDxUVCE, for having me here. Thank you.